Salamat malam. Uh, 专心的副总领事问候 Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, once again, good evening. Thanks a lot to join us on this occasion to celebrate Chinese New Year. Let me wish you all a very happy and prosperous year ahead. Our office, Hong Kong Economic and Trade Office, strives to enhance the bilateral relations between Hong Kong and ASEAN, including Indonesia. I took up the post of Director General about 3 months ago. I'm very happy to be able to make my first trip to Surabaya this soon. No doubt you will share my feeling that Indonesia and Hong Kong are getting closer than ever. President Jokowi and our Chief Executive, Mrs. Carrie Lam, met with each other twice in Jakarta and in Hong Kong in May 2017 and April 2018 respectively to strengthen our bilateral relations. More than 580 athletes from Hong Kong came to Indonesia to participate in the Asian Games last August. Our Financial Secretary, Mr. Paul Chan, participated in the IMF World Bank Group annual meetings in Bali last October. Just a month ago, our Secretary for Labour and Welfare met with Indonesian Minister of Manpower in Jakarta to discuss cooperation on the well-being of Indonesian domestic helpers in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, we continue to enhance our city's strength and competitiveness. There is huge potential for Indonesia and Hong Kong to build closer relations. Yesterday, our Financial Secretary announced the budget for 2019 and 2020. Among the initiatives, there would be additional resources to further help spur innovation and technology development, as well as dispute resolution services. In particular, there would also be additional funding to support the dedicated fund on branding, upgrading, and domestic sales to better equip enterprises to navigate in the competitive global business environment. I would just like to highlight that the geographical scope of the fund would be expanded to cover economies with which Hong Kong has a free trade agreement, and that includes ASEAN. Hong Kong and ASEAN signed a free trade agreement and the related investment agreement in November 2017. The exciting news is that the agreements are now in the final stage of domestic ratification by individual ASEAN members. We believe that the agreements will come into force very soon. We are very delighted that the Indonesian Parliament has recently approved the government's plan to ratify the FTA through a presidential resolution soon. The agreements are comprehensive in scope, encompassing trade in services, trade in goods, investment, economic and technical cooperation, and dispute settlement mechanisms. They will bring more legal certainty, better market access, fairer and more equitable treatment in trade and investment. There will be new business opportunities and greater trade and investment flows between Hong Kong and ASEAN, including, of course, Indonesia. We do encourage our Indonesian business friends to make the most out of the agreements. Meanwhile, the Belt and Road Initiative provides much impetus to further economic development. Hong Kong is now the fourth largest source of foreign investment into Indonesia. The footprints of Hong Kong companies can be seen in many, many sectors, including banking, insurance, property development, advertising, ports and logistics, as well as professional training. Further down the road, I'm confident that Indonesia and China, including Hong Kong, would develop even stronger ties in many, many aspects, such as investment, economy, trade, education, and tourism. At the same time, the Greater Bay Area development also presents huge potential. The Outline Development Plan has just been promulgated. Hong Kong was identified as one of the core cities, and one of the core engines for driving regional development. The Outline Development Plan clearly supports Hong Kong in consolidating and enhancing our status in various aspects, including financial services, trade, aviation, renminbi business, asset management, and risk management. We sincerely encourage our friends in Indonesia to explore the potentials in the area by making use of Hong Kong. Once again, I thank you all for your support and look forward to working together to further enhance ties between Hong Kong and Indonesia as well as ASEAN. Please enjoy the evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the welcoming remarks from Director General Kin Wai Lau. For the next speech, we would like to invite the Director Indonesia of Hong Kong Trade Development Council, Mr. Leung Kwan Ho. Please come to the stage.
Council General Koo, Kin Wai, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First of all, I would like to say a happy Chinese New Year to all of you. Kong Xi Fa Chai, Gong Hei Fa Choi. I wish you have a fruitful new year ahead. And thank you for Hong Kong Economic and Trade Office to organize this Chinese New Year reception in Surabaya for the first time. I remember for Surabaya, my first time I visited Surabaya was back in 2011. So it's almost 7-8 years ago. By that time, I came here to, of course, promote Hong Kong. We promote one of our mega promotion in Jakarta and invite our traders in Surabaya to come as well. When the friends from Surabaya and saw me and say, oh, you know, from Hong Kong, they are very excited about Hong Kong. I'm glad to know that, but I think, like most of you, they know Hong Kong, what they know about Hong Kong mostly for jalan-jalan. They just go for shopping. They come to me, ask me about how to go to the Ocean Park and Disneyland, where to find a good dim sum in Hong Kong, where to find shopping, and so and so. Well, I like that, but I would like all of you to know more about Hong Kong, more than that. And that's why in these few years, I'm glad that Hong Kong Trade Development Council, we have set up an office in Jakarta. We have set up an Indonesia-Hong Kong Business Association. Hong Kong government also set up a Hong Kong Economic and Trade Office. We have a much larger presence of our Hong Kong representatives here in Indonesia. And I'm glad to know that after these few years, friends from Indonesia not just ask me about dim sum, they go to Hong Kong, also ask me about how to promote their trade and business with Hong Kong. I've seen more and more Indonesian friends go to Hong Kong, our trade exhibitions, to sell products or source quality products from Hong Kong. Or they even go to our trade events to promote investment opportunities in Indonesia as well. Same for in Hong Kong, after these few years, I'm also glad that more Hong Kong businessmen are getting interest to Indonesia. And Hong Kong Trade Development Council in these few years also brought along several business delegations come to Indonesia, including coming to Surabaya as well to know more about the city and East Java region in trading, in retail business, or even in investment, industrial park, so and so. In the coming few years, Hong Kong Trade Development Council will continue to bring more Hong Kong business people to come to your city to get to know more about your city and your region. And I hope that all of you can also welcome them and help them to set up their foothold here so they can have a smooth business development here in Indonesia. So after that, I hope I will stop here, and I hope all of you can enjoy tonight, and hope that after tonight, some of you may not know about Hong Kong, you get to know more. You already been to Hong Kong, you get to know more about Hong Kong, what Hong Kong can offer for you, and take your time to visit Hong Kong. Cathay Pacific have daily flight to Hong Kong, don't miss a chance. So I hope all of you enjoy the evening tonight, and again, wish you a happy Chinese New Year. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the Director Leung Kwan Ho from Hong Kong Trade Development Council. 为了大家新年快乐，为了大家的健康、财富，我们一起举起我们手里的酒杯，记得都是bersama，干杯！
行行同賺錢，一級新春早。 多多歡笑，感受前程。財神到，財神到，好心得好報。財神話，揾錢易正路。財神到，財神到。